What's up, everybody? Good morning, I guess one would say. What's going on? Welcome to the John Browner podcast. I'm John Browner. I'm coming to you live via X, via YouTube, via Twitch, via Facebook, all the things, all the things. Welcome to anybody if you're new. I'm John Browner. This is the John Browner podcast, and we do this thing Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 11 or however long it goes, courtesy of many things, man. Shout out to the Sporting Tribune, which we are part of now, the John Browner podcast and the Sporting Tribune. We are partners now. In addition to that, the Sporting Tribune tonight with myself and Grant Mona will be debuting live. Well, not live, but at 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. Pacific time. Okay? So on the East Coast, it's going to be early. But when you hear, it's going to be 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. John Browner, Grant Mona, that's me in third person, which I made fun of him for doing last night. We will be live on television, whether it be YouTube TV. You need a special package for that, though. Direct TV with millions, bruh. Millions. So that's good news. That's a cool thing for us. That's a cool thing for the chat pack. Baby, we back on TV. So shout out to the chat pack, man. Let's get it going. A lot of good things happening. I told y'all was a lot coming with the show. I've been working hard behind the scenes to make a lot of things happen, and some of it is finally coming to play. And so we almost ready to rock and roll, man. We almost ready to rock and roll. With all that good stuff happening, we still focus on our goals, okay? We are still focused on our goals here. The road to 500 is still active. The road to 500 is still going. We still trying to get to 500. We started at 300. We were trying to get to 300. The march to 300, knock that out. Now we on the road to 500. Let's knock that out. Thank everybody who comes to the show, who watched the show. Head over to the John Browner podcast on YouTube and like the show. Now, I'm already getting the question of Ask Technology. What channel? What channel? So, let me see. Let me look up the channel. It's in this article somewhere. Let me see. Sports Grid TV is available on DirecTV. My free DirecTV channel 4105 HD. This is a lot of channels. Samsung TV Plus, Local Now, Vizio Free TV channel 640, LG channels 469, the Roku channel 250, Fubo, YouTube TV, Sling TV, Plex, and Amazon Prime TV. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place, y'all. It has begun. It has begun. I'm all over the place. So yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot coming for the show. It's a lot coming up, and you guys are going to all be a part of it. Also, another thing that's happening this Thursday, Comedy for a Cause, I will be I will be performing live stand-up comedy at Comedy for a Cause. Head over to Comedy for a Cause, Google Comedy for a Cause, get your tickets, or go to my Instagram. It's posted on my Instagram. Head over there, purchase some tickets, come see your boy perform tomorrow from 6 to 9 p.m. All the proceeds, 100% proceeds from this cause for comedy, goes to building homes for underprivileged families in Baja, Mexico. So, people have causes, and whenever it comes to trying to put a roof over somebody's head or helping people who are less fortunate, I'm all for it. And if all I got to do is tell some jokes to do so, you already know I'm on board 100%. So shout out to that, man. Yep, 415 DirecTV Ask Technology. Your boy going to be on there starting Monday. Now, I know y'all thinking, how you going to be on there at 11 and on here at 11? TV magic, bruh. TV magic. TV magic. But chat pack, listen. Nothing's going to change. I'm still the same. Show's still the same. We still rocking like this. So let's start here. Where my button at? Let's start here. Let's have a quiet conversation out loud about the WNBA. And this ain't gonna be long because I know you're like, what? Uh, let's stop throwing dildos on the court. Whoever you are, if you get this idea that it would be funny to go to a WNBA game and throw a dildo on the court, it's not. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. Natasha Cloud said this best. If a man goes on the internet or into a sex shop, purchases a dildo to take it and then you're sneaking a dildo into a sporting event to throw it onto the court, buddy, you're not cool. Sorry. You're not cool. Yeah, shout out to Sandra Bullock in the building. Shout out to Sandra Bullock showing up in the building. Yeah, buddy. Shout out to Sandra. So yeah, listen, man. As Technology says, am I the fun police? Nah, I ain't the fun police, bro. But if you're going to tell me you're gonna get a dildo, sneak it into a place to throw it on the court, like that's like, who's laughing at that? Like, I'm not the fun police. I just want to know who's laughing at the dildo being thrown on the court at a WNBA game. Why? Because a lot of them are lesbians. Like, once you graduate high school, is that still funny? Like, are you still the guy who sees two girls kiss and go, ooh? Yeah. Yeah. Somebody made some money on Cauchy last night. Will a dildo be thrown on the court at the I think it was the Mercury Lynx game or Wizard, what's they called, with the Lady Wizards? Like, come on, y'all. Come on, man. We got to do better. Throwing a squid on the ice or a rat on the ice, those are traditions that operate within hockey. Those I totally get. Those are welcomed. Those are welcomed traditions when people score goals in particular sports. There's no way. See, okay. I think he said prediction markets incentivize them. This is Michael Panis. Prediction markets incentivize this. People making money off of it. Okay, well, they need to take that off the board because that's the easiest way to make money. I'm gonna put $100,000 on it tonight. Drive up to LA, throw a dildo on the court, make money. We're gonna talk about prediction markets on the show today too, by the way. So I just wanted to start here with this. If you're gonna throw a dildo on the court, you're not cool, buddy. And if that makes me the fun police, hold on, let me get the because y'all know I got the sirens. Hold on, let me add more sounds. Where the sirens at? Hold on. Okay, add. So if I'm the fun police, because I don't want you to throw dildos on the court. Pull over, as Eddie Murphy once said, I think it was Raw. Pull over. Pull over. Come on, y'all. Be better than that. Stop it. And if you know somebody who's doing it, stop it. Tell them to stop. It's dumb. It's dumb, bro. It's really dumb. And by the way, somebody could get hurt. Imagine if somebody sprains their ankle on a dildo. You going to jail, buddy. Like real jail. Not like, oh, I ran on the court. They locked me up and then they made me go home. Nah, buddy, you going to jail with 2 J's. Because now you done hurt a professional athlete on the court throwing a dildo because you thought it was funny. Do better, y'all. So I wanted to start there, but something that was mentioned about prediction markets by the chat pack, so shout out to Michael Panis. I want to talk about today. I would like for all my Dodger fans to come to the front of the class because I would like to have a strict, pure discussion with you about how do you feel about the current actions of old Big Blue? How do you feel about the way your organization is maneuvering right now? So if Kalshi and any of these other, because I think the Dodgers partnership is with Kalshi. If you're going to tell me that these prediction markets can partner with teams, because the Padres partnered with them as well, the Dodgers weren't the only ones. The Dodgers were not the only ones to do this. The Padres were a part of this as well. I think the Atlanta Braves are a part of this. So the Dodgers aren't alone in having a prediction market become a operating partner. Now, in the Dodgers' defense and in these other teams' defense, I don't think these guys becoming advertisers at these games will do anything to change the outcome of the game, which is what's most important. But if you're the Dodgers and your most recognizable player, arguably now baseball's most recognizable player, and his interpreter got y'all caught up in a gambling scheme, is this really the time to announce it? After Mark Walters, your owner, is embroiled in controversy in a way that makes it look like he was using ill-gotten gains to purchase other franchises, which may include the Dodgers, I don't think this is the right time to be announcing your partnership with Kalshi. I don't have anything against gambling. I ain't got nothing against Kalshi, Prize Picks, DraftKings, you name it. Y'all already know how I get down with Prize Picks. I believe you should be responsible for all your own money. If you want to bet your work, your hard work, you work hard for your money. If you want to drop a bet now and then, do so. It's your business. Gamble responsibly. You drink responsibly. You gamble responsibly. Don't bet your house on the over. Don't bet your house on if somebody will throw a dildo on the court at a WNBA game. Choose wisely. Keep it respectful. $100. I go with $5 myself. Because again, I just like to have a little juice on the game, baby. That's all. All birds are chickens. It's not really a debate. Shout out Tito. So when this was announced, and I saw all the teams it was announced with, let me get the teams specifically, because I don't want this to turn into I'm picking on the Dodgers, because I'm not, because I think this is a situation that all teams involved in this. Let me see, cow sheet. They see, look, they got. So today, this is August 25th. This was yesterday. Today, we are partnering with 5 of the most iconic teams in baseball: the Dodgers, Braves, Giants, Red Sox, and Padres. Baseball fans have made Kalshi part of how they engage with the game. We're excited to keep investing in them and in the sport. Los Angeles, Atlanta, San Francisco, Boston, and right here in San Diego. So, like I said, I have no problems with this. I have no problems with this, but the optics for the Dodgers, I know Kalshi probably wanted to do all this at once. So y'all might want to take a different look at that. Y'all might want to circle back. Just, don't run none of the Kalshi ass when Otani's up to bat. Y'all will be all right. So let's all operate under knowing that this is okay now. Let's all operate knowing that this is okay. Because again, I don't have a problem with it. I don't think most people have a problem with it. I think for baseball to now be on the the forefront of this is interesting. When baseball and gambling were literally water and wine or oil and vinegar. Wasn't supposed to mix. Pete Rose was banned for life, and they let that thing stand forever until Pete Rose was dead, bruh. Baseball held tight on Pete Rose's ban till he was dead. And now they're partnering with gambling sites. I don't know what to tell you. All of them. The Padres, Red Sox, Braves, Dodgers, Giants. So this is happening. This is happening around baseball. The Cubs built an entire building with a casino, with a sports book in it. Not a casino. The Chicago Cubs on the north side of Chicago, Wrigley Field, they built an addition on property that the family bought that owns the team. And they built a sports book within the pretty much the Cubs baseball facility. The connection to Wrigley Field has a sports book in it. This is the same sport that banned Pete Rose until he was dead, bruh. This is happening. Either it means something or all of it means nothing. Either you're going to have integrity or you're not. We live in a capitalist society. It's okay to make money. I am not against anybody making money. Let's just call things what they are. So now, if another player gets caught betting on games, I don't know suspension. I don't want to hear it. You don't need an interpreter anymore. I don't want to hear it. If another guy gets caught gambling, because he's got inside information, I don't care. Don't tell me, oh, he didn't play or he wasn't on that team. I don't care. There are no more gambling suspensions in sports. If the integrity of the game isn't compromised by partnering with said organizations, then you can't tell me the game is compromised when these guys are betting on them. I can't see where they have a leg to stand on. How can you suspend somebody for gambling on baseball when the league is gambling on baseball? What? You're in charge of the umpires. When Kalshi and Major League Baseball partnered up, you pretty much ended the suspensions for gambling. Baseball controls the umpires. That's the balls and strikes. That's the safes and outs. So if that's not compromising the game, somebody putting 10 grand on a game they're not playing in, we can't suspend them now. Can't suspend them now, buddy. So that's where I stand. That's where when I look at this situation, when I look across the rooms and I see the amount of gambling sites, the amount of gambling apps that are now a hand in glove with sports, whether it be football, whether it be baseball now with Kalshi, or whether it be basketball. This is now how we're going to be a part of sports going forward. Whether it be gambling through fantasy football or whether it be doing it through these apps and these websites, man, it's here. It's here. So don't have any moral high ground when something goes wrong with it. Don't have any moral high ground. Don't tell me about what about the kids. Stop all that. We're past what about the kids. Capitalism It's past what about the kids. Just don't gamble your house. That's all. just don't just don't gamble your house, buddy. Keep your family safe. All chickens, all birds are chickens. Okay? There are no more lines. Squirrels are rats with fuzzy tails. Up is down now. Okay? We on the same page? We understand each other? Come on, y'all. That's crazy. You're watching the John Browner podcast. We are live to you on Facebook, YouTube, and X via the Sporting Tribune and the John Browner podcast, Twitter and X, Twitter, and YouTube pages. Head over to YouTube and subscribe to the show. We're trying to get the John Browner podcast to 500 subscribers so we can monetize this thing and I can stop paying for this out of my pocket. This is what they call a business expense. But you can help by subscribing to the show and taking us to 500 subscribers. I'd appreciate anybody and everybody who subscribes. All 365 people who subscribe so far. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now tell somebody to get this thing to 500 so I can appreciate all 500 of y'all. You feel me? Now, I want to shout out to Graham. Graham checking in. Chicken left out overnight is elite. You already know what time it is, boy. You already know what time it is on that overnight chicken. That's a callback to one. That felt very Jim Rome of the show to talk about something only like 100 people know. Brown facts. Brown facts. Chicken left out overnight is elite. Sandra Bullock is a 10. Brown facts. KFC Graham. If you're listening to this podcast via iTunes, sometimes you need to head over and check out the show on YouTube or check out the show on X because the chat pack is lit. So when you hear me just randomly saying stuff, I'm reading off what they're typing in the comments because sometimes a show of its own starts taking place and then I jump in on that. So, shout out. Hold on. Coach Alex says, I was on Team Chicken overnight. KFC on the counter the next morning. Yep. Telling y'all. I'm just trying to educate the public. Okay? Sandra Bullock is a 10, hands down, brown fact. Chicken overnight, unrefrigerated, you'll thank me later. It got to be like KFC or Crack Shack, though. Don't make chicken in your house, leave it out. Don't blame me on that. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the stuff with the chemicals in it. Okay? I'm talking about the chicken with the chemicals. What was that? So, I'm going to get a brown fact. I'm going to get a brown facts graphic on here. When I start spitting brown facts, I'm going to start, bam, I'm just going to take this down, put it on the screen, brown facts. So last night, something crazy happened. The Padres played an unbelievable, well-pitched game between, Paul Skeens will get right against the Padres. Last night, Padres-Pirates was an unbelievable pitching match between Paul Skeens and Michael King. The fact that Paul Skeens got right against the Padres, but was matched inning for inning by Michael King. Kudos to Michael King. Bro, Michael King's your number one. If you didn't know now, you know now. Michael King is your number one starter. And by the way, I'm ready to make some news. Breaking news. Michael King's your number one starter, regardless who comes back. I'm looking at you, Nick Pavetta. I'm looking at you, Joe Musgrove. I'm waiting on both of y'all. But in the meantime, in between time, Michael King's your number one. Michael King went toe-to-toe with Paul Skeens. Both of them walked off the field with zeros. And I have a saying. Shout out to Coach Alex and them chemicals. If you're going to tell me that I always say, oh, if the Padres have the lead after the eighth inning, in the eighth inning, the game's over, I 100% stand by that. What happened last night with Mason Miller? Buddy, you talk about betting your house on Kalshi. You talk about betting your house on Kalshi on something that won't happen. Well, O'Neal Cruz, I think that's how you pronounce O'Neal Cruz, got Mason Miller last night. And that thing was a missile. That thing was a missile. And don't get me wrong, it was a home run, but it barely got out. That thing tiptoed through the window. I think there was O'Neal Cruz. Yeah, O'Neal Cruz. That's how you, yeah. O'Neal Cruz. 6 hits for Pittsburgh, 3 hits for the Padres. Listen, that was no errors. That you didn't get a run until O'Neal Cruz's home run in the ninth. Padres had a chance. They get a man on second base. You got the guy you want up. What up, Biggie? You got the guy you want up. You just didn't cash in. Jackson Merrill comes up to the plate. By the way, Jackson Merrill had a couple of really, really bad plate appearances against Paul Skeens, man. That was elite level Paul Skeens last night. I think Paul Skeens got to, I would say, by the time Paul Skeens got through the third inning, I want to say, guys were shook. By the time Paul Skeens got through the third inning of that game, people were like, oh, he got it tonight. And it looked like they didn't have a chance. Tatis's double. I think Tatis doubled to lead off the game. And after that, man, it was nothing. It was nothing. So Tatis had that double in the first inning. And after the first inning, they had 2 hits. The entire game, 2 hits. And then you get to the ninth inning. You get another hit. So now you get your 1 hit in the first inning, 1 hit in the ninth inning. And you get a man to second base who steals second base. Jackson Merrill. You've had some clutch moments. We could have used one yesterday. Because we around here, we don't trip about losing games. You're gonna lose games. Don't lose the series, as Biggie always throws in. Don't lose games, don't lose the series. The Padres with that game yesterday, they lost the series. They've lost now 2 in a row. And if we're looking at the standings, we're trying to protect our wild card situation. Again, front mirror. Diamondbacks get a win yesterday. Padres have now lost 2 in a row, 5-5 out of the last 10. I don't expect Mason Miller to do that too many times. These have been 2 really well-pitched games, 2 well-played games by the Pirates and the Padres. So I'm not twisted up about this. They got beat yesterday, and they got beat the day before that. These weren't blowouts. These weren't low-effort, energy games. These were well-pitched games. These were well-played games. These aren't scheduled losses by the league when they got you playing in New York at 10 a.m. This ain't that. You got to take your head off to Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is an elite pitcher who hasn't really found his way. He brought it yesterday. And to his credit, Michael King said, okay, I'll see you. I'll match you. And he did. And Mason Miller blew it. I could say Mason Miller blew it because Mason Miller won't blow many more. That's all. That's all. Hopefully they can salvage something today. 1-10 start. So hopefully they can salvage today's game and get back on track, man. But some of these at-bats, some of those Merrill at-bats yesterday, when they realized this is the Paul Skeens today, boy, some of them at-bats, they swinging at dust. Swinging at ghost. A couple Merrill at-bats, I was like, bro, That looked like me. Some of these Manny half swings. But when a guy like Skeens gets going, man, like the kid name in Milwaukee? Once these guys get going, man, you're guessing. You're up there guessing, and you got to get started because it's coming. But shout out to Michael King. Michael King held it down. Michael King matched him inning for inning. You know, O'Neal Cruz just got the better of Mason Miller. It happens. So, I ain't mad at it. Do better. It ain't like we're going to put Mason Miller on As Island. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at all. So, good show today, man. Listen, it's not a lot happening in sports, man. Not a lot happening in sports. Shout out to, listen, I still got that Kwanzaa energy, though. I'll tell you that. I still got that Kwanzaa energy. And let me, let me get to this. Let me get to this. We're going to change one more thing to before I go. B-I-G. I thought of that earlier today when I was putting this together. I think I wanted to say something else because somebody else has one more thing and I don't want, B-I-G, before I go. That's going to be the new thing here at the end tomorrow. B-I-G, I didn't have time today. Before I go, one more thing. So it looks like the Bus brothers are joining the San Diego Padre ownership. So, hold on, because I want to get the right Bus brothers. They're not like the Wright brothers, but Joey and Jesse announced they will be on the new ownership group advisory board and apply their experience with player development. Listen, nope. Their stake in the Padres is in the neighborhood of 5%, according to a source. Okay, Joey and Jesse, let me talk to y'all real quick. Joey and Jesse, listen. We appreciate y'all chipping in the 5%. We really do. I like it. I'm not against y'all, diversifying y'all portfolio. Buddy, we don't need you doing nothing in player development. Joey and Jesse. No, pimp. Joey and Jesse. We don't need Joey and Jesse. We don't need y'all doing, I quote, player development and payroll management and roster construction to support the new era in the Padres franchise history. What y'all can do, Joey and Jesse, you are more than welcome. Joey and Jesse Bus, you're more than welcome to work in payroll. I got no problem with Joey and Jesse working in payroll. Zero, buddy. I don't need Joey and Jesse Bus anywhere near player personnel, player development, parking cars, nowhere near the players. Put them in food management. Put them in, security. Make sure they don't throw no dildos on the field. Put Jesse and Joey in charge of something that has nothing to do with the players. For all our sake. I don't have a problem with the Bus brothers joining the Padres' new ownership group. The more the merrier. That's how popping it is now. You got people want to join the Padres ownership group because it got energy. It got a little color in the room. It got a smile attached to it now. I ain't got no problem with people wanting to come over. But you two, Joey and Jesse, nah, bro, we don't need y'all in player development. No. Y'all do the paperwork. Y'all can do payroll management. I'm all on board for that. Y'all stay away from our players. We're y'all players because y'all part only. Y'all got 5%. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at Double M Forever. Miss Cleo just bought the Padres. The pain in being a fan of this team is real. All she's going to do is rub magic crystals and open tarot cards for good luck. Don't do that, bro. Double M Forever, you got to be better than that, big dog. Get this woman a chance. What you doing? See, that's stereotyping. We stereotype here, don't get me wrong. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, bro. Come on. You got to give these people a chance. You got to give these people a chance. That's Miss Cleo shit. Come on, dog. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. What if she bring a championship to the Padres? Then what? Huh? What if she go out and sign Tariq Skubal? Huh? What if Feliciano and Kwanzaa make that happen? Then what? Huh? Come on, dog. Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy with the Miss Cleo shit. Come on, we could do better than that. We could do better than that. You root for the team. Be happy that they got an active owner. He said she literally wore the same hat as Miss Cleo. Dude, that hat is popular. Don't tell me somebody can't wear a hat because Miss Cleo wore a hat. Come on, dog. Don't do that. So now I couldn't wear that hat because Miss Cleo wore that hat. If I showed up on this show with that hat on, now you don't clown me for wearing the Miss Cleo hat? Come on, Double M. Come on, Double M. We better than that. No. Where my music at? Hold on. Oh, wait, because I got in trouble the last time. That's not it. There we go. Calling me now, man. Calling me now, man. Kwanzaa, my girl, dog. We going to the top. Y'all tripping. Double M, stop hating. I wish I knew where to find one of them hats. I'll wear it tomorrow. Don't hate the player, dog. Hate the game. Shout out to Kwanzaa Jones. Shout out to Feliciano. Shout out to the San Diego Padres. Shout out to the Bus brothers working in accounting. Keep them away from player development, though. Y'all didn't develop no Lakers. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all hear that music. Kwanzaa, we love you, girl. Don't let these haters distract you. This a Kwanzaa love zone. This is a Kwanzaa love zone, bruh. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Shout out to Sandra Bullock.
Subscribe to the John Browner podcast on YouTube and download the podcast on iTunes. I know I don't look like him. Just go subscribe.